Shadow, a healthy 12-year-old. But just a few months earlier, he was immobilized with pain.
Hunched up in a ball, crying, sad eyes, wouldn't move. When he went to the bathroom, he couldn't move out of the way of his own feces. I mean, I even trimmed some hair off the top of his head, thinking that this is the end and we're going to have a keepsake.
He was the worst case scenario that I've ever seen. A dog who physically can't get up at all. He was bad. He was in really bad shape.
But this hospital in New York State had just begun using MLS laser therapy to alleviate pain, reduce inflammation, and improve mobility. MLS laser therapy was suggested as a last resort.
I love my dog. We spent thousands of dollars in the last year with other things. Let's go. Let's do it.
It helps relieve the inflammation, it helps with the pain, any muscle spasms he has in his back. His pain in general will be less, his ability to move will be easier. You can't reverse age, unfortunately, but you can try to make him feel better and be more comfortable, and this is exactly what will happen with this.
Shadow responded almost immediately.
If it was going to work, I didn't think it would happen that fast. 2 or 3 days, he was able to walk out of the hospital, into my car, back home, and we just brought him back for subsequent treatments. He's able to go up the stairs in the deck, run around the yard. He's a poster child for miraculous recoveries.
Shadow's case is not unusual. Across the country, pet owners are praising MLS laser therapy, and so are veterinarians.
I am thrilled, and I'm totally sold, and I would really recommend it to anybody. It enhances care. Clients love it.
Animals actually get off and walk better immediately. I've had where people said it took a day.
And we started having people come back to us saying, hey, he's walking normally now. He hadn't walked normally for 6 months, and now after 3 treatments, he's taking no pain medications anymore.
Would I want to practice without him? No.
Once you try it, and I was very skeptical at the beginning, once you try it on a few cases, you become a believer pretty quickly.
We have a day bed that is their treatment bed, and I mean, as soon as they know they're going into that room, they jump right up and lay down. I mean, that's how much they enjoy it, probably like a good massage.
Those veterinarians and hundreds of others are passionate fans of MLS laser therapy, which has proven to be remarkably effective for treating pain and inflammation, and for healing wounds.
The best application that I've seen is with osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease in older dogs. Probably the next best thing after that is wounds, actual wounds, relieving inflammation, relieving pain. It's remarkable for that.
Another one of those remarkable cases is Lainey, who could barely walk as a puppy.
She was just kind of hobbling with her front legs, and and being a puppy, I knew that wasn't right.
The diagnosis, even as a puppy, was severe bilateral elbow dysplasia. Anybody that would see this could see that this is severe, and it's almost amazing that the dog can actually even walk.
They said that we probably would have to put her down, that she wouldn't be able to walk.
As a last resort, doctor and patient decided to try MLS laser therapy.
She saw significant improvement after this dog had 1 treatment.
I don't think that she would be alive without that machine. It makes her feel good. She loves her treatments, and I think that machine is just fantastic.
Had I not been part of this, I don't know that I could believe this, especially looking at these radiographs and seeing the way she can play and run and jump and how she's not in pain. I would say to me it's almost a miracle.
She's going strong, and I think she's gonna live to be an old lady.
Laser therapy has been used around the world for more than 30 years, but most units had a single wavelength and were limited in effectiveness. Cutting Edge, the worldwide leader in the surgical laser market, has introduced a therapy laser that has 2 synchronized wavelengths, which transfer energy to damaged tissues at the cellular level. MLS laser therapy, which is totally safe and has no side effects, has been proven effective in treating arthritis, acute and chronic pain, back injuries, sprains and strains, inflammation and edema, and wound healing.
Animals are moving that normally couldn't move. It sounds like this is a
a voodoo type of thing, but it isn't. It really works well, and if you look at the physiology of it, it's, you know, it makes perfect sense to stimulate, you know, the ATP chain for electron transfer. Because of the two wavelengths that are in the laser head, we reduce the swelling and we stimulate the healing process.
It changes the way we think about these chronic conditions. We can help the body heal itself, which in my thinking is always better than us giving them something. If we can stimulate the body has an amazing ability to heal itself if we can just guide it. And the laser gives us that ability to focus that healing and guide the body and help it over the humps that it can't get over. And that's what it does for us.
This is Brandy. He's on his 4th laser treatment. He had an anterior cruciate ligament torn last week, and we operated on him. He'll be back to his old self very soon. Yeah, we were all skeptical when we started until we saw the results, so I think you have to be until you see it for yourself.
The staff was seeing the difference, and it made you go, yeah, it's not me just being hopeful. These people see these pets doing much, much, much better.
How are you? Good. Nice to see you.
Dr. Robert Harper has been practicing for more than 30 years. With MLS laser therapy, he now has an option to manage pain, improve mobility, and improve the quality of life for young and older animals alike without prescribing drugs.
We see a lot of disc disease. We say, you know, you ought to just have one laser therapy. If you don't want to hospitalize them and get x-rays, at least have one laser therapy, and you'll be delighted in how good this fella does. And they do wonderful. The people call you back, or they'll send you a little note saying, you know, Oscar's doing wonderful. And you go, eh, that's great, makes you feel good.
You're using less pharmaceuticals or less drugs or no drug pain management. That's really important to the clients. I mean, no one likes taking all this stuff if you don't have to.
Another example, Mark Youngke and his dog Cash, whose post-op recovery was nothing short of remarkable.
He wasn't able to walk on that leg going in, and he walked on that leg coming out, and that was only 3 minutes on that machine tops. It made me feel good that there's things out there for, instead of just humans, you know, also for our pets.
In one case, it was a Bichon Frise, 13 years old, wasn't going upstairs anymore, and we convinced them to, let's try something a little bit different. One treatment, laser therapy, dog comes back in 3 days later. She was beaming, smiling. Oh my God, she ran up the stairs. So it was, I was thoroughly impressed.
Laser therapy has long been used on horses. Now it is finally affordable and available for companion animals, and not just dogs.
You know, you can actually see a difference in the cats. Cats tend to hide their pain very well, so it's nice. You can actually see a physical difference, you know, just in their demeanor and how they're moving around, if they're getting up and down the stairs better, jumping on and off the bed. Makes a huge difference for them.
They claimed a 95% success rate. I claim 99.9% success rate. I'm a firm believer in this. I think it's a very good adjunct to therapy.
Cutting-edge MLS laser therapy has been a godsend to pet owners, many of whom have nearly given up hope.
Considering my dog was a sporting dog out in the field, to have him not on all 4 legs, it wasn't easy. And then to see him back on 4 legs that's what I wanted, you know. From where he was to where he is, how bad his knee was, I won't say it's a miracle, but it's close.
The laser therapy for Pepper made her walk faster, made her hurt less, there was no swelling. She was back to normal, like I said, back to normal in 8 to 12 weeks. It was just absolutely fantastic and phenomenal, and I would recommend it to anyone. It was that good.